Hey, what's up? This is Jbat, and today I'll be doing a film review for Batman Forever, the 1995 superhero film, which was directed by Joel Schumacher. Now, Joel Schumacher replaced Tim Burton as the director for this Batman film, and this was the third Batman film in the Batman film series, which played from 1999 to 1997. And Val Kilmer was also the new Bruce Wayne Batman, taking over for Michael Keaton.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Jermaine, Jbat, and today I will be doing a film review for Batman Forever. And this was released in 1995. Now, this time around, Tim Burton didn't return as the director, as he did for Batman and Batman Returns. And also, Michael Keaton didn't return for the Batman Bruce Wayne role either. This time, you have Joel Schumacher as the director for this film, and you have Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne Batman. Now this film features like two villains. You have Harvey Dent, Two-Face, who is played by Tommy Lee Jones, and you also have the Riddler, Edward Nygma, who is played by Jim Carrey. And also in this film, you have the introduction of Dick Grayson, who is Robin, and he is played by Chris O'Donnell in this film. So this will be my review for Batman Forever, and there's also like a love interest in here, Dr. Chase Meridian, and she is played by Nicole Kidman. So this will be my review for Batman Forever. Now this is you can clearly tell that this time around that the series was heading to the tone of like the 60s television series. It kind of has like a almost campy type feel to it, and it can be kind of like silly at times, but it truly is it's a good film, and it's very fun, and it's kind of cool that they kind of like took it kind of a light kind of like I'm saying a more lighter feel than like a darker feel than like the Tim Burton films had. But I still prefer the Tim Burton films, but like the way Joel Schumacher did this film, I thought it was fun, and it has more of like a comic booky feel to it, that makes it very cool. Like the art direction for the film, like Gotham City itself, is like very, like gorgeous. Like the effects for it, like the city, itself, and some of the CGI, some of the effects for Gotham City were like CGI render, you know what I'm saying? But like most of the time when you say art direction, like what it's like just scenes of Gotham City, it looks very cool. It has like a lot of color in it, It has like a big comic booky feel to it. Well, this time around you have Val Kilmer, like I mentioned before, as Batman, Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton didn't return for a third time, So this time around, like at the start of the film, Two-Face, and he's like a criminal with like a split face, like he has like a half normal face, and he has like a disfigured Two-Face, and he got this way. Like his origin tale is revealed in this film too. He got this way because like a mobster guy threw like some acid on his face, and this is kind of close and similar to what happened in like the comic book origin tale of Harvey Dent, how he became Two-Face. Like acid was like thrown in his face or whatever, and it burned half of his face up, and it also messed up his mind, like on a psychological level. So now he uses like a two-sided like coin with like a scar on it. Like he has to flip it to make decisions. And like I said, the coin is scarred. Usually he'll do like bad stuff, but if it has like a good side, after he flip it, he'll like he'll do like some good stuff. Like say he'll choose like whether like to kill the person, or choose whether not to kill the person. Like say if he flip and it has like a scar side to it, he probably kill him. But if he flips the coin and it doesn't have a scar side to it, he won't kill him. He's a cool villain, cool villain. As far as like the Batman super villains go, like Batman villains, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's like number two, considered number two after the Joker. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not really sure. But yeah, at the beginning, kind of the film, Batman has a confrontation with Two-Face. You know, they have like a battle or whatever, and it's cool. You know, you got like some nice little action scenes. But when Batman does show up on the scene to stop Two-Face, it's kind of cool because you know he comes up on his swinging on the rope. It looks very cool, almost like out of the comic book. You know what I'm saying? It looks that cool. You know, now Tim Burton, his versions were like that too. You know, but like the way like Joel Schumacher was doing it on this one, it looked more comic booky. You know, like it was straight out like the comic book. You know. And clearly you could tell that Batman was done like with CGI too, like when he's swinging on the rope. But it still is cool, you know, the opening sequence. So he has like a showdown with Two-Face and his thugs, you know. And I know like some of the thugs were played by, like one of them was played by the bodybuilder. I think his name was Al Q. Girl, like back from like the 90s, you know. I remember he was like a bodybuilder. But they don't really like mention him or anything like that, you know. But yeah, after that, you know, then it jumps to like the Edward Nygma character who eventually becomes, you know, the Riddler. And Jim Carrey plays him, and he works for like Wayne Enterprises. He's like a scientist that works for Wayne Enterprises, you know what I'm saying? And eventually something like happens, you know what I'm saying? And then he like twists, you know what I'm saying? And he becomes like the Riddler, or whatever. Then he starts leaving riddles for Bruce Wayne, you know, Batman, you know. And the Riddler is also one of Batman's like greatest like enemies too. He's like one of his very well known enemies, you know. In fact, he was also on the Batman '60s television show and that film, the Batman the movie. He was also in that too. Because at times he was played by like two different actors. But Jim Carrey does a good job of playing the Riddler, you know. But I think he's pretty good as Riddler. But he's like I would prefer him to be more serious, you know. He's kind of like silly, you know, almost like feminine too, like to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? He's cool as the Riddler, but I still believe he was kind of like too silly. But I still enjoyed his performance as the Riddler. Clearly, you could tell who Jim Carrey could have been. You know what I'm saying? There's no question he probably could have did the Joker. You know, if he had did it for Jack Nicholson in the original Batman film, there's no question he probably could have did that role. You know. But he was cool as a Riddler. I still enjoyed him, and I liked like the outfits he had on. You know, he went through like a bunch of different outfits as the Riddler, and I thought that was cool. You know, and Tommy Lee Jones, I thought he was cool as Two-Face, Harvey Dent too, and he was kind of, I was saying, he was a real hardcore serious like Two-Face is known to be, but he was like I was saying he was cool. And I thought he was kind of funny. You know, he had like a lot of humor in the role. You know, and I thought like Bruce Wayne, I mean Val Kilmer, I thought he was pretty good as Bruce Wayne. He kind of laid back, stylish kind of role, you know. The way he played Bruce Wayne, I thought that was cool. Even when he was Batman, I thought I was saying, he's enjoyable. He's pretty good. He's running with Michael Keaton. I kind of still prefer the Michael Keaton Batman because it was real, like, you know, like serious and like hardcore. But I still thought that Val Kilmer did a good job as now also in this film you have the love interest, which is Dr. Chase Meridian. Now she shows up at the very beginning of the film, and she's played by Nicole Kidman. Now she kind of has like a thing for Batman and men in suits, I guess you could say, or whatever. And I thought she was a cool, you know what I'm saying, like character for the film, you know. And she had like some interesting conversations about, you know, like psychological like things, you know, about, you know, why is Bruce Wayne, like, you know what I'm saying, like the way he is and stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that. I thought she had some interesting like conversations throughout the film about like, you know, psychological like type things, you know, dealing with like, you know, psychology and stuff like that. I thought she had some interesting stuff. But like the big part too of the film is the introduction of Dick Grayson, you know, who is Robin, you know, and Chris O'Donnell plays him, you know what I'm saying? He's cool. I thought he's pretty cool, kind of like cocky and arrogant, you know. But Chris O'Donnell does a good job as Robin, you know what I'm saying? And the origin tale for Robin, just like Two-Face, how Two-Face face got scarred up, or Harvey Dent got scarred up and became Two-Face. Robin's origin is told in this film too, like with the Flying Graysons, which were his parents, and you know they get murdered, like, you know what I'm saying, like an accident. Then Bruce Wayne takes him in, you know, takes Dick Grayson in, and then like eventually Dick Grayson becomes Robin, who is Batman's, you know, sidekick or whatever, you know. And he does a good job. Now Robin doesn't really show up until like towards like in his true like form, like I'm saying, until like the end of the film basically. It's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying the way they did it. And I thought his outfit was like very like cool looking, you know, just like Batman's outfit was like very cool this time around. Only thing I remember back in the '90s when these films were out, it was like a controversy about like the suit the suits had like nipples on them, like the bat suits. They had like nipples on them, and it was like a lot of I thought that was okay, you know, but it was like a lot of controversy at the time about them having like nipples on the bat suits, like on Batman's suit and Robin's suit. You know what I'm saying? And instead of Robin's suit being like very bright colored, which is also he does have that the red and green stuff outfit that he's known for. He does have that on for like a moment. You know what I'm saying? And also doing like the accident at the circus with the flying Graysons. He has it on, but he eventually gets like a more darker tone version of the red and green suit that he's known for wearing, you know. And the Bruce Wayne origin tale is also revisited. Again, you get to see like his parents been murdered, and that was the reason why he went on to become, you know, like Batman, you know, eventually becomes like Batman. Now, in this film, you know what I'm saying, you have returning people from like the previous two films, Batman and Batman Returns. You have Michael Goff returning as Alfred, and he's good as always. You know, he does a good Alfred. And you have Pat Hingle returning as Commissioner Gordon, you know, and he does like a good job as Commissioner Gordon, you know. And this time around, like I told you, you could tell that the series was heading more towards like a light-hearted like feel. And it was still okay, you know what I'm saying? Because the look of it was like extremely colorful, like neon lights in the city, like Gotham, you know what I'm saying? Everything is like colorful and like, you know what I'm saying? But it looks cool though. I'm saying it looks very like a comic book, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of the scenes with like Batman, like just swinging around, it looks more, you know, like with him swinging around and stuff like that, or like gliding, so like he has like gliding scenes, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's very good, you know. I enjoyed it, you know. I think it's a good film, and it's one of the best Batman films of the four Batman films from 1989 to 1997. The like Batman's like gadgets are cool, you know what I'm saying? Like he has like batarangs, the grapples, and all that kind of stuff is like cool, you know, like the weapons or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He has like the bat, yeah, like the Batmobile has like these blue like lights in it that kind of glows out from it, and it looks so awesome, like especially from the side view. Like if it passes by from like a side angle, it looks so cool, like the Batmobile. Then you have like he also has the Batwing again, which is cool. Now that doesn't show up until the end of the film. And there's also like another Bat ski boat because Robin drives in it this time towards kind of the end of the film. But eventually, like yeah, the film. So in this film, you have like two super villains. You have Two-Face and you have the Riddler, and eventually they join forces, you know, to kind of take out Batman. You know what I'm saying? Then Batman gets a partner towards the end, which is Robin. And they join together, you know, because at first Bruce Wayne is against Dick Grayson joining him as like a partner, you know. He doesn't want Dick Grayson joining him, you know what I'm saying? But eventually he just agrees, you know what I'm saying? They join together, you know, become Batman and Robin. Then they aim at taking Two-Face and the Riddler out. And like I told you, that's kind of towards the end of the film. But yeah, I thought this film was, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was pretty good, you know. It was like very cool, you know what I'm saying? It was like a full, it's well done, you know what I'm saying? It just looks very cool. Like the art direction for the film, I still prefer like the darker tone of the Tim Burton films. But I still thought this was like a. Now Tim Burton, he didn't direct this film this time around. It was Joel Schumacher as the director, but Tim Burton produced the film this time around. You know, he produced it, but he didn't direct it. And like I said, I thought Joel Schumacher, he did a good job on the film. I thought Val Kilmer was good as Bruce Wayne, Batman, particularly the Bruce Wayne role. I thought he was kind of like, you know, stylish, kind of suave as Bruce Wayne. And he was cool as Batman too. And I thought Tommy Jones was like, you know what I'm saying, was good as Two-Face. He was kind of like humorous, like he like a lot of like, he's like funny, like, you know what I'm saying. You would expect him to be more serious because Two-Face is known for being like kind of like serious, you know. But I thought he was good. And Jim Carrey was good as the Riddler, and I liked the different variations of the outfits he had. And like when he showed riddles, you know, when he left riddles, I thought that was cool and fun because then he had to sit and figure out, you know, like the riddles that he had left behind. but at times he was kind of like very like, you know, silly, and I thought that was kind of like too much for the Riddler role. Cause that's another one that is really not that silly, you know. He's kind of like serious, you know. I thought Nicole Kidman was cool as Dr. Chase Meridian. I thought she gave a good performance. And like I told, like the psychological conversations that she had throughout the film, I thought those were interesting. And I thought Chris O'Donnell was excellent as Dick Grayson Robin, like cocky, arrogant. He was perfect for the role, and I thought that was fun too as well. And like I said before, the look of the film was like excellent. Like the art direction, it was like beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? And my version of Batman Forever is from the Batman the Motion Picture Anthology collection that I told you, like, that I've been revealing. It came out, this collection, and this was released when they came on video in 2005 with Batman Begins came to video. They finally released Batman with a bunch of features. Now I didn't review none of the features for this or whatever, but I could say maybe down the line I probably will do like some features, you know what I'm saying, like record, like do like a review on based on the features or whatever. I may eventually, like, you know, do those like down the line. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was part of this collection. Okay, now in this film, Arkham Asylum is also shown towards kind of the end of the film. I don't want to spoil anything, but Arkham Asylum, you know, the prison where they keep like the villains at, like most of Batman's arch enemies and villains at. That shows up in this film, Arkham Asylum. And I think that was the first time. It wasn't in Batman or Batman Returns, if I'm not mistaken. I think they, I was saying, but this time it makes its first appearance in this film, Arkham Asylum. But yeah, Batman Forever, I thought this was and this is easily one of the best Batman films of the 4 Batman films, you know. I thought this was good. I remember enjoying it when I first saw it, you know, like at the theaters or whatever. And this is, I'm saying, this was released in 1995. And it has like a popular soundtrack. I remember like the song by Seal, Kiss from a Rose. And there was also like a YouTube Bono song, which Bono was really singing, called I think Hold Me, Kiss Me or something like that, Thrill Me. But the Seal one I remember very well, Kiss from a Rose, you know what I'm saying? But this was a good film, you know what I'm saying? This is easily one of the best Batman films you could look at, you know, and it introduces Robin into the tale too, you know. You know what I'm saying? So I thought this was cool, and I would recommend, especially if you're like a Batman fan, I would highly recommend this film. So this is my review for Batman Forever, and this is Jbat.
In the end, Batman Forever is one of the best Batman films in the original Batman film series. From 1989 to 1997, I would highly recommend this film for any Batman fan. And even if you're not a Batman fan, it has a cool comic booky feel to it. It's very colorful, you know, versus Tim Burton's very dark, you know, films, you know, which I enjoy too. But I would highly recommend this film. And this is my review for Batman Forever. Okay, this is Jbat. Alright.